Hello and welcome back to the Summoner's Guide to Final Fantasy XIV. This time we are playing the level 63 story trial. We're going to be fighting Susano, Lord of the Revel. And honestly, one of my favorite fights in this game. I love this fight. And here we go. Alright, definitely stay mid-range on this, because there's a lot of mechanics that you're going to have to react to. The closer you are to him, the less you're
Let the rebels begin!
Typically, the tank is going to pull to the north end of the arena. You're going to want to stay relatively close. Obviously, get out of that. Alright, watch for a player to get marked. You're going to want to get into a line with that character. Alright, but he didn't actually cast the line AoE. We'll see that later. There's basically, he does a series of moves that gets more complicated as the fight goes on. But you're going to want to stay kind of in a line with whoever gets marked, and always be ready to react to whatever he does. When those clouds appear, they're going to start shooting big line AoEs across the arena. They're going to basically pick one player to be their target. Okay, there's your indication. The C's part for we alone means he's going to do one of these combo moves. He'll knock the marked player back, then he may do this area effect where everybody except in the line goes, then he may drop those, and then he may drop that stack. So this time he actually did all four. The knockback, the stack AoE on the same player, the line that affects everybody in the line to that player, or everything except a line to that player, and the circle AoEs where everybody happens to be standing at the time.
For we alone.
So you should always watch where the marked player is and be in that line, so you don't have to move very far. If you are the person who gets marked, you're going to want to run quickly to get back up to stack where everybody is, because usually they're going to be stacked right up by Susano. So you're just going to want to do that little dance every time you see somebody get marked, and you'll get the audio cue. He'll always say, "The C's part for we alone." There'll be more audio cues to worry about in the later sections of this fight. Don't you worry. You ought to be seeing a phase transition before terribly long. In fact, I'll drop that. Just pretty much ensure. Okay, there's a mark, so get in the line. Stay in the line, wait for the person to stack up on you. Okay, he didn't actually do the circle AoEs this time, but keep in mind he might. Alright, it's transition time. Here we go. I love this part, by the way. So, one tank is going to stand in a position so that he will catch the sword. The other tank is going to intercept, or should hopefully be intercepting all the orbs that are going to be coming from the outside of the arena. The DPS are going to attack the sword. Oh, good. See there, the off-tank is intercepting the orbs. Alright, that's one. Now he's going to do it a second time. So main tank will stand in that position to block the sword. Off-tank should hopefully be going in and intercepting those orbs. Alright, once you've done this twice, get out of the middle.
Resilient souls, I salute you!
I salute you too, Susano. It's too bad we have to be enemies. I think you and I could sit down and have a beer together.
Earth and stone at our beck and call!
So, I'm the one who got bound. This is a shell game, but there's an easy solution to this shell game. You target whoever is the lowest in the threat table, which you'll see over on the left-hand side of my screen. Basically, if the person is not freed in time for the cast, that person will die. But, again, the correct stone, the one that actually contains the player, is the one that is always the one that's third in the list. So the top two copies of the stone are the dummies. The third one is always the correct one.
The seas part, for we alone!
Alright, there's going to be the lineup. And from here on out, you're probably going to see all four of those moves always occur. So always be prepared to do the full dance. It's going to res that guy, but the healers are on top of it. Oh! Now these, as I was probably trying to mention earlier and maybe not ever got around to it, these storm clouds are always going to target a specific player. And so the AoEs will always be directed at that player. So if you figure out you're the player that's being targeted, you can try to bait the AoEs away from the rest of the party.
Earth and stone at our beck and call!
And it's me again. Again, it's always the one down at the bottom of the order. But by now, pretty much everybody knows that that's the way the mechanic works. So it's going to be very rare that you get yourself trapped, or that you get yourself killed by that mechanic.
The seas part, for we alone!
Alright, watch out. Over there is the... Okay, we got it. Stack up. And by now you've seen all the mechanics. So it's from here on, it's just keep repeating the same thing, and eventually we'll bring him down.
Such ferocity! The seas part, for we alone! Ha 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 ha!
And there you have it. That's Susano in its entirety. Again, a very fun fight. A lot of mechanics to deal with. But it's just a fun little dance, and if you know all the steps to the dance, it's an awfully fun little fight. And hopefully by observing what was going on, you now know the steps of the dance. So, now I've got a little bit of work to do. Next on the agenda is the level 65 dungeon, Barnum's Medal. And until then, have a wonderful day.